Now coming to solubility and solubility product. Now what is solubility? Now solubility is not a letter S and solubility product is not a letter KSP. You can see it here. S and KSP. Small s of course. Now solubility, you know, solubility means the amount of salt, amount of substance dissolved per liter of the solution. That is gram per liter, the unit is. Or you can say solubility also can be said as the amount of substance dissolved per liter of the solution, means it can be moles per liter. Moles per liter is what? Molarity, we can say that. So we can say solubility is also molarity of the solution also, it can be said, whose unit is moles per liter or capital M. Generally the unit of solubility is taken to be as moles per liter, that is the unit is small m, capital M, got it, or moles per liter, we can say that. Fine, this is your solubility. Now generally we know that a salt, if its solubility is greater than 0.1 molar, it is considered to be as a soluble salt. If it is solubility is less than 0.1 molar, it is considered to be as a sparingly soluble salt. And if its solubility is much less than 0.01 molar, then it is considered to be as an insoluble salt, we can say that. Insoluble salt, or very slightly soluble salt, we can say that. Very slightly, sparingly, you can say that. So the previous one you can say that slightly soluble salt. Again I repeat, if the solubility is greater than 0.1, it is a soluble salt. If it is less than 0.1, sparingly soluble or slightly soluble salt. And if it is much less than 0.01 molar, 0.01 molar, mind it, then it is said to be as nothing but very sparingly soluble salt. Very means hardly a pinch of salt is soluble in 1 liter of water, we can say that. A pinch. Got it? Yeah. So in this way we calculate the solubility of a particular kind of salt. Now solubility product is what? Solubility product of an electrolyte at a specified temperature. Now here temperature is a very important factor for solubility, for measuring solubility, because you know that there are certain salts whose solubility increases with increase in temperature. There are certain salt whose solubility decreases with increase in temperature. There are certain salt whose solubility remains same with increase or decrease in temperature. Means it does not change whether the temperature is increasing or decreasing. So hence there are different kinds of salt as there. So hence temperature has to be maintained, has to be mentioned here. Got it? Because the temperature plays an effective role in case of solubility of a particular substance, we can say that. So solubility of an electrolyte at a specified temperature may be defined as a product of the molar concentration of the ions in a saturated solution. Each concentration term is raised to the power equal to the number of ions produced on dissociation of 1 mole of the electrolyte. You can get in the book also this definition. So again I repeat, the solubility product of an electrolyte at a specified temperature is defined as the product of the molar concentration of its ions. The product of molar concentration of its ions in a saturated solution. Got it? So when you are adding a pinch of salt to water, this, what you find is that a pinch also does not dissolve completely. Still some part of it remains undissolved. So what is that solution is? Saturated solution. That solution is said to be saturated solution, because saturated solution is a solution whose which cannot dissolve any more of the solute at a given temperature. That is called as a saturated solution, so to say. Now next is, that is again I repeat, that is the definition from the beginning. That is, the solubility product of an electrolyte is at a specified temperature may be defined as a product, got it, of the molar concentration of its ions in saturated solution. Each concentration term is raised to the power equal to the number of ions produced on dissociation of 1 molecule of the electrolyte. If you take 1 molecule of the electrolyte, then how many moles of ions you are getting it? That number of moles is raised to the power. Got it? Now let me give you an example that is quite better. Let me take here AgCl. Now AgCl dissociates to give you Ag plus Cl minus. Alright. Now if I calculate K is equal to concentration of Ag plus into concentration of Cl minus into divided by concentration of AgCl. Remember that AgCl is a salt, and this is in the aqueous state, ions. So if I multiply K into concentration of AgCl, it's a salt, its concentration remains 1 or unity. Alright, its concentration remains 1 or unity. That is your KSP. So KSP is equal to what we get it? That is nothing but concentration of AgCl into concentration of Cl minus, because this into this if I multiply, what will I get? I will get this only. So hence KSP is equal to this, I got it. Now again I repeat, concentration of AgCl is a solid. Its concentration remains 1 or unity. Only the term changes, that is KSP, we can say that. Clear? Now this is for a particular kind of salt I have given you, particular kind of salt. Now in general, any salt if I take it, in general, any particular salt if I take, like suppose if I take a salt AXBY. So AXBY dissociates to give you XYAY plus YBX minus. Now let us say that is a solubility, this is of course a salt, that is solid. Alright, this is aqueous, this is aqueous. So its concentration remains 1 and this is 0 0 initially. Initial number of moles, I can say that. Now let us say the solubility is S, this is S. So this is YS, Y moles, and this is X moles, it is XS, we can say that. And this will be 1 only, because solid. This is 1 only. Now KSP is what? KSP is nothing but AY plus ion whole to the power X. This I said in the definition I said that each concentration term is raised to the power equal to the number of ions produced. Number of ions produced equal to the number of ions produced. On dissociation of 1 mole of the electrolytes, on dissociation of 1 mole of AXBY, X moles of AY plus is produced and Y moles of BX minus is produced. So hence that is converted to power into BX minus to the power Y. So what is concentration of AY plus XS? So XS to the power X into, this is into YS to the power Y. So it is X to the power X into S to the power X into Y to the power Y into S to the power Y. This is your KSP. Now this is S to the power X plus Y into X to the power X into Y to the power Y. You got it? Power can be added. So this is KSP. Now if you ask me the value of S, S is equal to nothing but that is KSP divided by X to the power X into Y to the power Y whole to the power 1 by X plus Y. Whole to the power 1 by X plus Y, we can say that, whole to the power. Got it? So that is your S, we can say that, 1 by X plus Y. This is the solubility for any particular kind of salt, any salt it is, in general any salt. If you know the value of X, Y and S, then you can put this formula and you can find the solubility. Or if you want to calculate KSP, then also you can use this particular formula and you can find KSP. If you want to find solubility, then you can use this formula and you can calculate solubility. Whatever is asked to you, you can calculate. This is a formula for any particular kind of salt, in general. For any salt, the solubility product we can calculate, as well as the solubility also we can calculate, so to say. Now, the one which you are getting, this is said to be as what? Ionic product. This ions is produced. Alright, the ions are produced, so product of its ions is known as what? Ionic product. Remember that ionic product is denoted with the letter IP. Capital I, capital P. Ionic product. Capital I, capital P. And solubility product is KSP, of course. So the term ionic product has a broad meaning. Understand it. Since it is applicable to all types of solutions, may be saturated or unsaturated. Understand it. Whether it is saturated or unsaturated for any kind of solution. But KSP is only for solution when it is saturated. Mind it. Listen carefully. Carefully I am saying it. On the other hand, solubility product has restricted meaning. It is applied to a saturated solution only. Just now I said it. In which there exists an equilibrium, a dynamic equilibrium between the salt and the ions. Alright. That is between the undissolved salt and the ions, we can say that. Clear? And the ions present in the solution, there exists an equilibrium. Alright? Ionic product is for any kind of solution, whether it's saturated or unsaturated. But for solubility product is used for a particular kind of solution where there exists an equilibrium between undissolved salt and the ions. There exists a dynamic equilibrium, we can say that. Alright, the solubility product in fact is nothing but the ionic product for a saturated solution. Alright, again I repeat, solubility product is in fact the ionic product for a saturated solution. KSP is equal to IP. For a saturated solution, we can say that the solubility product of a salt is a constant at constant temperature, already I said you, whereas ionic product depends upon the concentration of the ions in the solution, so to say. Alright, it depends upon the concentration of ions. Now, if the salt is of different kinds of salt are there, binary salt. Binary means two ions are there, like AB binary salt. What is its solubility? Solubility is S square, mind it. For binary salt, the solubility KSP is equal to S square. For binary salt means AB. AB like NaCl, KCl, they are the binary salt. Alright, KNO3, they are binary salt, where the two ions are present, only two ions. Got it? One positive ions and another is negative ions. We can say that. Clear? For binary salt of the type AB, we can say the formula is, let me rub it once again and write. That is, the formula is KSP is equal to, for binary salt, S square. For ternary salt, ternary means two ions are there, three ions are there, ternary. Like PbCl2, CaF2 means AB2 type. This is your AB type, binary salt. AB2 type. Got it? KSP is equal to nothing but it is 4S3. Similarly, whether it is AB2 type or whether it is A2B type, A2B. Now, A2B means like Ag2CrO4, Ag2SO4. Now, remember it, I am talking to here of sparingly soluble salt. When I am calculating the solubility, I am calculating solubility of sparingly soluble salt. Mind it. Already in the chapter from the beginning, I have said that I am talking about weak electrolyte in this particular chapter. So, here also, when I am talking about solubility and solubility product, I am talking about sparingly soluble salt, because a salt which is completely soluble, alright, on the ions, the equilibrium favoring the forward direction, only the ions you are having. On the undissolved salt is very less, alright, very less it is. Almost the degree of dissociation is 100%. Almost dissociates completely, we can say that. But in case of sparingly soluble salt, in case of less soluble salt, the degree of dissociation is not 100%, which you are finding it out from the solubility. That is, we need to find it out. Alright, so mind it then. So here, whenever I will give the example, alright, even if I said KSP, a binary salt, NaCl, KCl, but I will not be taking NaCl, KCl, I will be taking AgCl, because AgCl is a sparingly soluble salt. Alright, clear? I will be taking BaSO4, I will be taking PbSO4, I will be taking AlPO4. They are sparingly soluble salt. Mind it. Okay, yeah. Now, whether it is AB2 or A2B type, KSP is equal to 4S3 because it is a ternary salt. Next is your quaternary salt, that is AB3 or A3B. So KSP, alright, it's nothing but 27S to the power 4 for quaternary salt. For quaternary, when 4 ions are present, 4 ions. Alright, like FeOH whole thrice, AlOH whole thrice, the salt of FeOH whole thrice, salt of AlOH whole thrice, we can say that, etc. Where it's a ternary salt, we can say that. Now, so like AlCl3, alright, we can say FeCl3. From FeH whole 3, what you will get? FeCl3, FeOH whole thrice plus HCl will give you what? FeCl3. AlOH whole thrice plus HCl will give you what? AlCl3. In this way, for ternary salt, the formula is this, 27S to the power 4. This is a shortcut formula I am giving you to calculate the solubility of a particular salt, we can say that. A shortcut formula. You can directly use, if you know the solubility, you can directly put the value of S and you can find it out. Alright, now, next is, depending upon the value of ionic product, the solution, alright, can be classified in 3 categories. If ionic product is equal to KSP, write it down this one. If ionic product, if IP is equal to KSP, the solution is just saturated. If IP is equal to KSP, the solution is just saturated and precipitation takes place. Precipitation takes place if IP is equal to KSP. Second one, if IP is greater than KSP, if IP is greater than KSP, we can say that the solution is supersaturated and hence also precipitation takes place. Solution is supersaturated. Definitely, if IP is greater than, IP understood, ionic product, the product of its ions. Alright, that is also will be having the value now. That also the value will be given in the question. KSP also will be given in the question, and the product and the concentration of the ions also will be given in the question. So you need to multiply it and find it out. This you will find it out experimentally. That is numerically. You will find it out from the question. and you will compare with the value which is given in the question, KSP. When you do the numericals, you will come to know. Alright. So, third is your IP is less than KSP. When IP is less than KSP, then what will happen? If IP is less than KSP, if IP is less than KSP, then the solution is unsaturated. And you know that unsaturated means no precipitation is being formed. No PPT is being formed when the solution is unsaturated. So this is very, very important to solve the numericals. IP is equal to KSP, solution is just saturated, PPT is formed. IP is greater than KSP, then also the PPT is formed because solution is super saturated. Alright, now why it is IP is greater than KSP? See, it's very important, very easy. I'll explain you here. Alright, see here. Now, when the concentration of the product will be more, you know the equilibrium will favor in backward direction. When the equilibrium is favored in backward direction, what is there? Solid. And what is going to happen? Precipitation will be formed. So hence, when concentration of product will be more, so when the concentration of product is more means IP is more. Alright, when IP is more. Now this value I said you is given in the question, this is given in the numericals. You will compare with this particular value, you will find it out. And hence, when IP is greater than KSP, understood how it is IP is more. When IP is greater, the concentration of the product of the ions is more. Then you know if the concentration in the product is more, according to Le-Chatelier's principle, equilibrium will favor in backward direction, and hence the solid is being formed. We can say that a PPT is being formed. We can say if this will be less, the equilibrium will favor in forward direction, and hence more of the ions is formed. If IP is less, any product is less, then the equilibrium will go in the forward direction only, and no PPT is being formed. The solution is said to be unsaturated, so to say. In this way, this is about your IP and KSP, the relationship. I said you, alright, you need to know all these relationships. It is very, very important. Alright, you need to focus upon these particular relationships. Alright, because it will help you in the numericals. Thank you.